Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I am in nature today with my sunglasses on. I will be keeping it on because I can't see. So yeah, I decided to record this video here out in this beautiful nature paradise park because what I'm going to be talking about today is very applicable and relevant to where I'm at right now, especially the first one that I'm going to talk about. So what we are doing today is discussing 3 exercises that you can incorporate into your spiritual routine. So if you're on this spiritual path and you are trying to connect with yourself, your deeper self, with the universe, get to know yourself and learn how to just be more in tune, then these are things that I would recommend incorporating into your life, like on a daily or weekly basis, like whatever you choose to do, whatever feels right for you. So the first exercise is basically why I'm here, and like what this whole video got inspired by is like what I was doing, and it's learn to just be. And I'll explain like what this means, but basically this is a concept that I originally learned from 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗛. He talks a lot about being in the present moment. He talks a lot about being as opposed to doing, right? Because doing is like all about the ego and the human self and the mind, accomplishing, achieving, going, and being is about being in a more like receptive energy, not doing much, not really thinking. It's just like surrendering, accepting, being in the moment, being present. And so this is something that is really important to embrace on a spiritual journey, is to learn how to just be. And I feel like this is something that you would do while you're meditating, right? Like you're just sitting there, you close your eyes and you're not really entertaining anything, you're not thinking about anything, you're trying to just focus on the present moment. Like I would say that's just being, right? Got it tattooed on my arm. That's how much it means to me, because I need to be reminded of this like constantly, because my brain is constantly going. Like I'm a Gemini and I'm always thinking. Like my nickname that I have given myself is Busy Barbie, because I am like a busy bee, like literally constantly thinking, doing something, and not necessarily physically moving. My mind is just constantly going, and it's really hard for me to just relax and to not do anything. And I need the constant reminder to just be, because anytime I am just being, it feels so rejuvenating, and I just really do reconnect with myself, and with life as a whole. And I can do that in nature. So what this exercise entails, this is what I would recommend doing, is set a time once a week, to do this once a week for 1 hour. Go out into nature, somewhere peaceful and beautiful, like where I am today, anywhere. Like it could be a park, it could be a forest, it could be anything, anything that is more peaceful and there's like trees and greenery preferably. And even in the winter you can still find beauty outside, just go on a warm day. It's just once a week. And what you're doing is you're not doing anything. This is the exercise, okay? So you're not on your phone. For sure you're not on your phone. You're not reading. Hold on, let me back up a second. So you go out into nature, you bring a little towel or something, or something to sit on, and you just sit near a lake, a pond, a tree, some birds, whatever. Like you have some beauty to look at, and you sit down. And like I said, you put your phone away, you put everything away. No phone, no music, no book. You're not reading a book, you're not journaling or writing anything. And all of these are beautiful spiritual experience, like spiritual practices. But it's not about that. We're not doing anything, because they're still doing, right? If you're reading or you're journaling or you're listening to music, you're still doing something. The idea is to just be. Like how many of us can actually just sit there and not do anything? It's hard. Like I realized that not too long ago, that like, wow, I have a really hard time just being, just sitting and not doing anything, not thinking about anything, not even thinking, like not physically doing anything. It's just really hard. You constantly want to occupy the moment with something. It feels so empty without doing something, and then we fill it with meaningless activities and mindless stuff, being on our phones or whatever, and then we're drained afterward, instead of just learning how to be with the silence. I know that it's awkward sometimes to like not talk or not do anything. I definitely know that people, or like I guess in our society, it looks weird when someone's just sitting there not doing anything. It's like, what's that person doing? Like they're creepy. that's what we do. We judge people who are just being, you know, as like weird, awkward, or creepy. But it's really just, and that's what makes it more maybe uncomfortable for us, like to sit in a restaurant and not do anything, just to sit there. Like if you're waiting for your food, people are always going to be like on their phone or doing something. How about just being, just sitting there, observing your environment? Like that would look, you know, it would look creepy, I think. But it doesn't matter. It's not about like looking creepy. But I'm just giving an example of like how afraid we are of just the silence, you know, just looking stupid, not having anything to do, like we feel useless, you know. But there's so much beauty and there's so much value in the moment and just like being in the moment without doing anything. So that's like the whole point of this exercise. So, you know, you're really just sitting there for a whole hour. Okay, you're dedicating a whole hour to this. I know that's a long time. Start with half an hour, but like an hour I think would really just like rejuvenate you. And you're not on your phone, you're not doing any of that stuff, and also you're not thinking. So try not to, because you can sit there physically just being, but mentally be like, you know, going 1,000 miles per second. So try not to think of like your plans for tomorrow or what you're gonna do later, or like any creative projects that you want to start, or any ideas, or even visualizing the future or manifesting. None of that. Like that there's a time and place for that, but right now what we're doing is focusing on doing nothing. So the what you would be doing in this moment is taking in your environment, truly sitting there for a whole hour and just looking around and observing everything that's around you. That's why this is nice to do outside in nature, where it's beautiful and where it is generally like more peaceful and quiet, so you're not getting distracted by like other people, you know, if you can find a spot like that. And you're just taking in the scenery, you know, you're being with the beauty around you, you're being with life. Even if there's distractions, it's like a meditation, but your eyes are open and you're observing everything. I think it's harder than meditation, because when your eyes are closed, it's like, okay, cool, I don't see anything, like I can't get distracted, you know, it's easier. But when your eyes are open, you are more prone to be like, oh, there's this, there's that, and whatever. And that's fine. Like this isn't about not being distracted. It's just about, I guess, not getting too sucked into like a thought about something, you know. It's just observing it and witnessing it and being aware of it, instead of analyzing it and interpreting it and putting a label on it. This is kind of like how 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏 talks about it. And so this is what I do. Like when I'm sitting here in nature, you know, I'm observing the waterfall and the creek, and you truly sit there with it, staring at it, taking it in. You're being with it. You're calm. You're not rushing anywhere. You know, you calm your nervous system. It is like a meditation. So this is something that I'm definitely going to start doing also once a week for 1 hour. Like I do this every time I'm in nature, but like I do have a tendency to like keep busy and like do stuff, and that is called spiritual bypassing. It's like, oh no, but I'm doing spiritual things. I'm journaling, I'm writing a blog for my website, you know, I'm recording a video, you know, like you can justify it however you want and call it spiritual. Like I'm reading a spiritual book, you know, yeah, okay, but you're still doing something. Like your mind is still occupied. You're not fully being in the moment. You're still distracting yourself. You're still being busy, even though it's meaningful. Yeah, sure, but it's just a practice of just being, just not doing anything, just to become really comfortable with the moment and just sitting and just taking it all in. So yeah, this is something that I definitely recommend that you incorporate into your weekly routine, is just really set some time aside to like practice the art of not doing anything and just being. I think that it will change your life. I think that it will be very, very hard at first and awkward when you're just sitting there, because like I have tendencies to like pick up my phone, like, oh, I have an idea, I need to write that down. Like I'm all about like creating things in my brain, so like I always have an idea, especially when I'm just like not doing anything. So I think for me that's usually the hardest, but really just forego the temptation to pick up your phone or do something or move, and just allow yourself to be for a whole hour. And I don't know, I think it'll change your life. Like I really do think it'll bring you a lot more peace. Okay, so the second exercise for your spiritual routine that I recommend incorporating into your life is journaling. So if you're not familiar with journaling, I mean, literally it's a notebook and a pen, and you just write whatever comes to mind. And a lot of people don't know like where to start, like what do I start writing about, you know? For me, journaling is therapy, and I usually journal when I'm feeling very confused about life or something in my life, or like a relationship, or like for me, journaling is a way to process my feelings. So like when I am dealing with like some sort of a discord or anxiety, journaling really helps me to like talk out my feelings. And it's different than like talking to someone about your feelings, because as you're writing, the process of like writing out every word is slower, so it like naturally slows down your brain so that you can pay attention more to like you go into more depth when you journal about your feelings than when you're talking it out or talking with a person about it. And it is therapeutic because you start to uncover things that come from you as you're writing, like these ideas or these thoughts or these feelings that you discover as you're writing, and you're like, whoa, okay, I didn't know that I was feeling that way. Just try it. Like, there's magic in it. So I would definitely recommend journaling as a regular practice. You don't have to force it and be like, okay, it's, you know, I wake up in the morning, it's 10 a.m. I have to like journal, or 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. whenever you wake up. I don't wake up at 10. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, you know, you just like kind of like, it doesn't have to be like that structured. I would flow with it. Like whenever you feel like stuck and stagnant and like you just need to process your thoughts and your feelings, I would journal on that. You know, like for me, it's about processing things. Of course, you can also journal for manifestation. You can also journal like writing down your life and like what happened, and like, okay, just to document like, you know, an important event in your life or whatever. But I think what makes this therapeutic is when you do use it to learn to articulate your feelings and your thoughts, you know, and put words to the feelings that you feel. It's going to be much easier to, you know, communicate that as well once you learn how to write about it. And overall, journaling is just a really effective tool to use. I would really recommend journaling when you're anxious or when you don't feel good. I would just be like, I would start with saying like, I feel really anxious right now. And then the thoughts are going to flow. It's going to be like, okay, well, why do I feel anxious? I feel anxious because of this. And then like, you just start writing and like things are going to come to you. You're going to have insights, and you're going to actually realize like the root of your anxiety through journaling. So yeah, it's good. So I highly recommend it. Okay, so the third exercise that I recommend incorporating into your spiritual routine is manifestation. So like manifestation rituals. We are creator beings. We are manifestors by nature. We are constantly creating and manifesting our reality, whether you know it or not. You are, okay? It's just if you become conscious of what you're actually creating, then you can actually create a more desired reality for yourself, right? Like if like no matter what, like I said, like the energy that you put out there and the vibration that you're coming from are the types of experiences that you're pulling in towards you, the types of thoughts that you're constantly having, the expectations that you have, the beliefs that you have, your subconscious beliefs, things like that. Those are all creating your reality. And so once you become conscious that you are a manifester by nature, as a creator, divine creator, you can start to use it to your advantage. And I highly recommend being on the spiritual path, especially, you know, being conscious and aware of your power, is to manifest regularly. Okay, so like, what is it that you want in life? You know, what do you want to happen tomorrow? And it's not like specific like that, but like, what kind of energy do you want to feel? How do you want to feel today or tomorrow? Or you have like a certain experience with a person, like how do you want to feel during that exchange, you know, that energy exchange? What do you want to happen? What do you want to come into your life? You know, success, money, career, love, whatever. Like whatever it is that you want, you can get it, you know. So I definitely recommend sort of like beginning a manifestation practice, like a ritual type of thing. So you can do this through journaling, right? You can write down, I mean, you can look up a whole bunch of videos, and I'll probably make some as well on how to manifest, but you can journal to manifest and like write out like your ideal scenario of like what you're living and how you want to feel as if you're already living it right now, and you write out the experience, you know, as if it's real, all the emotions that you're feeling, what's happening, you know, who are you with, and all of that, what do you have. You can manifest through meditation, so you can do visualization exercises. You can also tune into the cycles of the moon and do some manifestation practices or rituals on those days, like on the full moon or like a new moon. You can also do it around your birthday. That's also a very powerful energy for manifestation. So yeah, you can just basically, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ways to manifest, but the point is to really recognize your power, your inherent power, that you are a manifester, a creator by nature, and you're constantly creating your reality. So using it to your advantage and creating whatever it is that you want. I mean, I'm talking little things to big things, you know, it doesn't matter. Like you're manifesting a certain jacket, like you want like the perfect jean jacket, you know, and you put out your request to the universe, like this is how I want it to look, this is how I want it to fit, whatever. Like you know, you put it out there, like what it is that you want. You imagine it, you visualize it, you're wearing it, you know, and you let it go. You're like, okay, cool, like universe got my request, moving on with my life. And then the next time you go to a store, what's gonna appear is the perfect jean jacket for you. This has happened to me many times. Like, I don't shop often, but whenever I do go shopping, like for clothes or whatever, I'll literally be at the store and I'll be like in my head, and I'm not even like purposely manifesting. I'm literally, it's like so natural now. I'm just kind of like saying like, ooh, okay, this is the kind of shirt I want. Like, I'm going to the gym, like this is the kind of shirt I want to wear at the gym. Like, I need this and this. Like, I have this vision in my head of like what I need it for. And then I forget about it. I even forget that I like manifested that, or I like had that thought. And then literally like 2 minutes later, literally that exact shirt that I envisioned appears in front of my face. Like, it happens that quickly sometimes, you know. Those are small things. It's just a shirt, you know. You can manifest big things. You can manifest anything that you freaking want. So yeah, just tune into your power and make it happen. So yeah, those are the 3 exercises or practices that I recommend incorporating into your spiritual routine. I really hope that this was insightful and it was helpful. Let me know if you already do some of these things, or if you have anything else to add in the comments below. I do want to make more videos on maybe each of these individual topics, just to go into more depth about that. So if you're interested in that, also let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to continue enjoying this beautiful day in nature, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.